بشوف اشي وبشاهد اشي.
بسم الله بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء.
No way, dude. No way. Did that piano just seriously play by itself?
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
Right, your chin.
Oh, it's wrong. No.
And that was the haunted house here in Slinford and...
The site of a tragic, double homicide is no place to linger, especially at night. But in this chilling ghost investigation, a group of brave, or dumb, explorers learned this lesson the hard way. Uploaded to YouTube by the V by her family in October 2017, the video combines every element of terror: a storm, an abandoned mansion deep in the woods, and of course, a damned Ouija board. See, the host, Aiden, explains the mansion's sinister backstory. Built by two male lovers in an era where their relationship was completely taboo and forbidden, this home became the site of their tragic deaths. The suspects, convicted in 1982, were sentenced to a life in prison. But what shocked the media was the discovery of occult tools, books, and eerie decorations that were inside the home that honestly branded the victims as devil worshippers and fueled sensational headlines. The video begins with the group leaving their house at midnight during a storm, and their destination, Corpsewood Manor, which they planned to reach around 3 a.m., the witching hour. After navigating the dark woods and losing their way, they finally arrive at the abandoned mansion. The eerie atmosphere is undeniable here.
I heard like a grumbling, but that might have been thunder.
So as they set up, Aiden hears a low grumbling sound, which he concedes might be thunder, but thinks they could turn for the strange when his camera, which was fully charged, repeatedly shuts off as they're attempting to use the Ouija board. At around 3 a.m., they begin asking questions. Did anyone lose their life here? And while the board remains still, unexplained noises begin to echo around them. Aiden hears what sounds like footsteps and decides to investigate. And Jared, already on edge, hears another sound coming from the trees, but the man dismisses it as the wind.
Dude, I heard something.
No, you did not.
The tension mounts until Jared insists that they leave, just unable to endure the creepy atmosphere any longer. On their way out, Aiden confesses a critical oversight. He forgot to properly close the Ouija board session by saying goodbye, in which we all know that Ouija boards can act as windows for spirits and entities to pass through. So it's stated that it's always important to close them. And since then, he claims strange events have been haunting him ever since. All we know is that this mansion holds dark-ass secrets, and this spine-chilling adventure just tells me that it's not a place to visit lightly. So here we have Sven Musta, and he's one of the most daring paranormal explorers in Iraq, and his channel showcases some of the most chilling investigations that you'll find on here. See, in one of his latest adventures, he takes on the 24-hour challenge at an abandoned, haunted house that he's apparently always feared exploring. And what happens next is a crazy encounter with paranormal entities, all captured on video using two separate different cameras. The eerie activity begins subtly, with a shadow moving strangely behind him in the hallway. Now, while it might seem like his hand at first, the shadow's movements don't match his at all, and the angles, it just feels off. And things escalate very quickly from here. One unsettling movement involves his backpack, which was balanced, but it unexplainably tips over. Despite his attempts to recreate the incident, he can't seem to replicate the situation, leaving him visibly scared. But this was just the beginning. Objects start moving on their own. A stone silently falling from the mantle and crashes to the ground, followed by another one, as if a ghost is dismantling the house brick by brick, right in front of him. A padlock bounces eerily on its own, as though a poltergeist has attempted to open this door. What is this? Is this the work of a poltergeist? Or could it be someone manipulating things from the other side of the door? Watch closely at this and decide for yourself. Just as the tension reaches its peak, an otherworldly wail, it just fills the house, growing louder and more oppressive by the second. This terrifying sound forces him to cut his 24-hour challenge short, leaving behind one of the most chilling paranormal videos that you'll see. A Saudi Arabian ghost hunter, known only as High, claims to have captured a real-life jinn on camera while investigating an abandoned house with the reputation of being haunted. At first, he spots what appears to be a figure in the window. Despite this man's fear, or lack of it, he presses on, reaching the second floor, where the atmosphere of this place turns menacing.
في حد؟ بسم الله.
Unexplained movements just keep happening here, as if something paranormal is always one step ahead of him.
بسم الله بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء.
The determined explorer dashes from room to room, praying for strength as he tries to keep up with whatever the hell was toying with him.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
At one point, it seems the ghost has retreated into a tall cabinet, leaving viewers to wonder if it's just as scared as he is.
بسم الله.
Cornered with nowhere left to go, the spirit finally unleashes its supernatural defenses. Scary noises erupt.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Doors slamming, cabinets creaking, and the tension escalates as a strange, mist-like fog fills the room.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Now, while some might dismiss the phenomenon as dust stirred by all of his frantic movements, I don't know, the eerie timing and activity, it may suggest it could be something more. What was this shit? Was this truly paranormal activity? I mean, he believes it was, and his footage just might be his most compelling evidence yet.
بسم الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Methodist works only occasionally.
And all these money 29. A free trip.
The YouTuber Dark Life describes this as the most unsettling find he's ever encountered in an abandoned house. And Dennis, the channel's host, reveals that he didn't bring his tent, deciding against spending the night.
Сегодня я без палатки, поэтому ночевать я здесь не буду.
A choice that, honestly, may have saved him from even more unnerving experiences.
Здесь кто-нибудь есть из мира мертвых?
So during his exploration, Dennis captures chilling evidence of a spirit's presence, and using his equipment, he communicates with a ghostly figure who confirms her presence and shares that she remembers her relatives.
Из жизни. Ты что-нибудь помнишь из жизни?
As Dennis ventures deeper into the dark, he accidentally steps on a hornet's nest.
Опа. Я попал.
And to avoid getting stung, he sets his camera down and retreats. But moments later, something or someone spins the camera around on its own. Whatever caused this, it wasn't visible, leaving Dennis and many of his viewers questioning what the hell truly lurks in the shadows of this abandoned house.
Здесь кто-нибудь есть из мира мертвых? Из жизни. Ты что-нибудь помнишь из жизни? Опа. Я попал.
A YouTuber named This Is Dan Bell. He has built a reputation for exploring some of the most eerie and abandoned places on Earth. And this time, he ventures into a decaying home inside Baltimore City, once the home of the infamous Stephen Craig Johnson.
A friend of mine was out driving around and saw this abandoned home just outside of Baltimore. He did a little research on the house.
See, in 1983, Stephen Craig Johnson committed a horrifying crime. The man took the life of his own child in a fit of rage. This case sent shockwaves across the East Coast, and the house has remained abandoned ever since. And as Dan Bell steps inside, the atmosphere is heavy. Among the debris, Dan discovers a strange, handwritten letter tucked away in a closet. And this letter, which was adorned with unsettling illustrations of a woman on both sides, this letter contains a cryptic paragraph describing this house as evil and suggesting ways to combat this evil. This ink appears too fresh, and honestly, the paper lacks the wear and tear of something from the 1980s, leading Dan to suspect that the letter was planted a lot more recently. Now, whether left by a trespasser or someone with darker intentions, the origins of the letter remain a mystery. Despite him feeling uneasy about all of this, Dan presses on, exploring the house's upper levels. In the attic, he finds a stifling space cluttered with old documents and trash. Just as he prepares to leave, the man locks eyes with something unexpected. A vulture that was just calmly observing him from the floor. The bird's gaze is unnervingly composed, almost as if it's waiting or, I don't know, claiming ownership of the space. If the vulture wasn't staged, its presence feels like a chilling omen, honestly. Like, this is not how normal birds move. When exploring an abandoned house, always pay attention to the edges of your vision, cause you never know what might linger there. Published in March of 2021, this chilling footage was captured in France, around 11 p.m. at night, as two paranormal investigators turned a corner in a dark, desolate room. They quickly discovered it wasn't as empty as it seemed. So behind a leaning picture, against the wall, a shadowy figure just darts out of sight as their light just briefly illuminates the area. I mean, the movement was so quick that identifying the figure was nearly impossible, but it appeared to be slightly crouched before rising and just vanishing from view. Man, the investigators, they cautiously approached the hallway just to search for answers, but the figure was gone. I don't know what happened here. Did it silently retreat into one of the nearby rooms? Or did that shit vanish into thin air? What are you guys' thoughts on this? What happens when the next generation wants nothing to do with a family property in the middle of nowhere? Published by Jordan Sis, Jordan and Chris explored an abandoned country house that's been left untouched for a few years, gaining entry by crawling under a garage door and using a credit card to jimmy their way inside. They find eerie remnants of the past, including a spooky, creepy piano, seemingly waiting for a ghostly musician.
Dude, there's a dude outside.
What? Hasn't this place been abandoned for like ever?
While exploring, they spot someone lurking outside. Could it be the property's caretaker or something more sinister than that? So the two decides to turn to a pendulum to ask the spirits some questions. And when they ask if the spirits are good, the answer is a chilling no.
Calm down. Calm down. What is going on? Is that you?
Despite their growing fear though, they kept on going, asking the ghosts to make their presence known and more visible. But then suddenly, an unexplainable phenomenon occurs. Moments later, the piano begins to play on its own, even as they rush out of the house.
No way, dude.
Dude.
No way. Did that piano just seriously play by itself?
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
Oh no.
And against all logic, they venture back inside as the piano continues its eerie performance. The situation gets worse. The ghost makes its presence fully known with an aggressive display of poltergeist activity.
Oh, you go first, man.
I don't want to be in this
Dude,
place.
I don't want it straight up.
Holy dude, why are you laughing right now?
What is going on? I'm delirious.
Yo, now it's clear why this house was abandoned in the first damn place.
Hi. There seems to...
And all these money 29.
A free trip.
A YouTuber who goes by the name Exploring with Felicity finds herself in a terrifying situation during a solo paranormal investigation, mind you, in an abandoned house. As she ventures deeper into the eerie building, strange and unsettling noises echo from upstairs. Whatever is making the noise, it doesn't seem like any wild animal. Felicity cautiously makes her way to the second floor, her flashlight just barely cutting through this place's darkness. She's just about to ascend to the second floor when something truly chilling happens. A shadowy figure just glides past in the distance. Yo, what was that? Was it a ghost or a stranger dressed in black? Unfortunately, viewers didn't get a chance to get a clear look as Felicity, who was scared as hell, bolts out of the house without turning back. And while the sighting remains unexplained, her panicked reaction adds to the eerie atmosphere of the footage, leaving many convinced that this video captures genuine paranormal evidence. Why was she in an abandoned house by herself? Y'all are crazy. An urban exploration channel called JJ Retro takes viewers on a late night adventure into an abandoned house on the outskirts of an English village near Slinfold. Now, from the very start, the tension is palpable.
Exploring somewhere like this because we're in the middle of nowhere, on the outskirts of Slinfold, at this rather creepy house. And there's a sort of haunted feel to it.
As the group stands nervously at the entrance of the eerie property, outside, they stumble upon a tree with a rope just hanging ominously from a branch, complete with the wooden plank below and everything. This unsettling discovery needs no explanation, setting a grim tone for what's to come.
Creepy. This is probably the creepiest building we've done so far in our urban exploring career. Ooh.
Soon, strange noises begin to echo from upstairs, and at first, the sounds are faint, just dismissed as creaking floorboards. But as the group climbs up, the unsettling noises grow clearer. They grow louder.
Jane, what the f***'s that noise?
It's quite dark upstairs.
And suddenly, the moment they were both anticipating and fearing unfolds right in front of them. At the top of the stairs, a rocking chair begins to move on its own.
Right, Sven.
Oh, it's around. No.
Hello?
The chair sways rhythmically, yet part of it is obscured by the doorway, leaving viewers, and including myself, to wonder if something or someone off camera behind the door could be moving it.
And that was the haunted house here in Slinfold, and
Whether this shit's a clever prank or genuine paranormal activity, the haunting encounter leaves JJ Retro spooked, making this one of their most chilling explorations to date.
Right, Sven.
Oh, it's around. No.
Hello?
and that was the haunted house here in Slinfold, and
Now, I don't know how the hell this place don't come with warning signs that say do not enter. In May of 2022, a YouTuber known as Hassan Barber explored an abandoned building and had a chilling encounter. Through a window, he spotted a shadowy figure that resembled a jinn.
لاحظ اشي او بشوف اشي او بشاهد اشي يا ريت اتمنى من الجميع يا اخوان الكل.
The figure just quickly disappeared from view, and when Hassan entered the room, the shit was empty. But that unsettling feeling of something being there, that remained. So locking himself inside, he noticed strange writing on the wall. What is that, yo? Could it be a message from the jinn? As he investigated further, the room's lights began flicking on and off out of nowhere, and turning back to the overhanging lights, the man was startled to see a bucket now covering one of them.
أنا عظيم يا إخوان. طب وين قريش؟ وين قريش؟ بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات.
When Hassan reached up to touch the light, it seems he appeared to experience a jolt, almost as if he was shocked or something. Then right after that, the bucket fell and blocked the whole view of his camera, adding an entire new layer of mystery now. Yo, what could be causing this shit? Is this staged? Hassan couldn't explain the bizarre events, but they left little doubt that something or someone supernatural might be at work to him. Could this truly be a jinn's doing? I don't know, let me know what you guys think about this one.
لاحظ اشي او بشوف اشي او بشاهد اشي، يا ريت اتمنى من الجميع يا اخوان كل
Jen, what the f***'s that noise?
It's quite about upstairs.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله.
No way, dude. No way. Did that piano just seriously play by itself?
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
Right, your chin. Oh, listen up. No.
And that was the haunted house here in Slinfold.
My